Hi students, welcome back. In the last class we discussed about perfectly elastic and inelastic collision. Today we are discussing about just collision. Okay. In this collision, what about the coefficient of restitution? First point is coefficient of restitution. Okay. Coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution means velocity of separation divided by velocity of approach. Okay. Coefficient of restitution is represented by the letter E, that is equal to V2 minus V1 divided by modulus of V2 minus V1 divided by U1 minus U2. Okay. V1 and V2 are the velocities after collision. U1 and U2 are the velocities before collision. Okay. Then coefficient of restitution is equal to modulus of V2 minus V1 divided by modulus of U1 minus U2. Okay. By using this, we can write what about the velocity? Velocity of the first body after collision. Velocity of the first body after collision, that can be written as m1 minus em2. Okay. em2 into u1 plus 1 plus e into m2 u2 divided by the whole divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, this is the velocity of the first body after collision. Okay. Then velocity of second body after collision can be written as m2 minus em1 into u2 plus 1 plus e into m1 u1 the whole divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, these are the velocities after collision. Okay, velocity of the first body after collision can be written like this, and velocity of the second body after collision can be written in this manner if coefficient of restitution is given in the question. Okay, now we want to find out what about the height of the body after nth rebound. Okay, for this we can consider a ball which strikes on a floor and rebounds. Okay, rebounds to a height h1. Okay, initial height is equal to h0. After first rebound, height h1. Again this ball which strikes on the floor and again rebounds, and that height is written as h2. Okay. From here, it is very clear that after every rebound, height of the body decreases. Okay, height of rebound decreases. That means some sort of energy is lost. Okay. Now, we want to find out what about the height after nth rebound. Okay, after nth rebound, height hn can be found out by using the equation h0 into e raised to 2n. Okay, is the coefficient of restitution, n is the number of rebounds. Okay, then after first rebound, how can we write h1? h1 is equal to h0 into e raised to 2 into 1. Okay, after second rebound, we can write h2 is equal to h0 into e raised to 2 into 2, like that. Okay, then height of the body after nth rebound, that can be written as h0 into e raised to 2n. Okay. When a body is dropped from certain height, if u is the initial velocity with which that body strikes on the floor, then what about the velocity with which it rebounds? The rebounding velocity, that can be taken as v1. That velocity v1 is equal to e into u. Okay. What about the velocity after first rebound? Okay, first rebound velocity v is taken as e into u. Okay. Then it makes second rebound. After second rebound, what about the velocity? That velocity can be taken as v2. v2 is equal to e square into u. Okay. Like that, v3 can be written as e cube into u, etc. and so on. Okay, these are the equation for the velocity after rebound. Okay, first rebound EU, second rebound E square U, third rebound E cube into U. Okay. Then what about the time taken? Time taken T can be written as time T is equal to, okay, initial time T1. Okay, T1 is equal to root of 2h divided by G. Okay, what about the time taken to for the first rebound? The time taken for the first rebound, that can be written as 2e into T2 equal to time taken after first rebound, this distance. Okay, that's equal to 2e into T1. Okay, time taken from here to here, that's equal to 2e into T1. Then time taken for the third rebound. Okay, what about the time from here to here? That can be written as T3. T3 is equal to 2e square into T1. T4 is equal to 2e cube into T1, etc. and so on. Okay, these are the equation for the time. Okay, initial time is taken as T1. Then that's equal to root of 2h divided by G. Okay, 2h divided by G. Then T2 is equal to 2e into T1. T3 is equal to 2e square into T1. T4 is equal to Te cube, 2e cube into T1, etc. and so on. Okay, velocity can be written like this way and time taken can be written like this. In the case of dropped body, what about the total distance traveled before coming to rest? Okay, before coming to rest, a total distance traveled can be written as S is equal to h into 1 plus e square divided by 1 minus e square. This is the equation which is used to find out the total distance traveled by the body before coming to rest. Then total time taken T can be written as T is equal to total time is equal to T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus etc. and so on. Then total time is equal to, in general we can write 2h divided by G into 1 plus E divided by 1 minus E. Okay, this is the equation which is used to find out the total time. Okay. Then momentum transfer, total distance travelled before coming to rest is equal to h into 1 plus e square divided by 1 minus e square. Total time is equal to root of 2h by G into 1 plus e divided by 1 minus e. And next one, what about the momentum transfer? Okay, momentum transfer, that is equal to total momentum transfer, which is equal to P into 1 plus E divided by 1 minus E. Okay, P is the initial momentum, then P into 1 plus E divided by 1 minus E is the equation which is used to find out the change in momentum or momentum transfer. Okay, first question. A ball which is at rest dropped from a height of 100 meter. As it bounces off the floor, its speed is 70% of what it was just before touching the ground. Okay, when it touches the ground, its speed is equal to u. Okay, then what about the speed when it is rebound? That's equal to 70% of what it was just before touching the ground. That is 70% of initial velocity. That's equal to 0.7 u. Okay, 0.7 u is the velocity. Okay, the ball then rises to a height of, we want to find out what about the height of the ball. Okay, we know that the initial height h is equal to, h is equal to 100. Okay, 100 meter is the height. Then from there, what about we can write potential energy stored by the body here, which is converted into kinetic energy. Okay, potential energy mgh. Okay, potential energy stored in the ball, which is converted into kinetic energy when it touches the floor. Okay, half mu square. Okay, from here m cancel, then g into g is equal to 10, height h is equal to 100. That's equal to u square divided by 2. Then 2000 is equal to u square. Okay, u square is equal to 2000. Okay. Now we want to consider when it rebound. When it rebound, its initial velocity is equal to 0.7 u. When it rebound, its velocity is equal to 7 u. Then the kinetic energy half m into u square, that is equal to 0.7 u the whole square. When it rebound, the kinetic energy is equal to half m into 0.7 u the whole square, which is converted into potential energy. Okay, when it reaches this height. Okay, when the body reaches to that height, kinetic energy of the body, which is converted into potential energy, that can be written as mg into h dash. Again mm cancel. From here we can write 0.7 square, that is equal to 0.49 into u square divided by 2, which is equal to g into h dash, Okay, from here we can find out what about the height. Okay, h dash is equal to 0.49 u square divided by 2 into g. Okay, now we can substitute the value of u square. Okay, then 0.49 into u square is equal to 2000. 2000 divided by 2 into g is equal to 10. 0 cancel. 2 cancel to 200, that's equal to 100. Then it's equal to 49. Okay. H dash is equal to, h dash can be written as 49. Okay. Here initial height is given. From the initial height, we can find out what about u, initial velocity. Okay. In this case, what about the potential energy stored here? Potential energy stored on the body at this position is equal to mg into h. Okay. That is converted into kinetic energy, half mu square. Okay. Then on equating, then mgh is equal to half mu square. From that we can find out what about u square. Okay, u square is equal to 2000. Okay, now we know that it rebounds with a velocity which is equal to 70% of the initial velocity. That means rebounding velocity is given, then velocity is equal to 0.7 u. Okay, then kinetic energy, rebounding kinetic energy, initial kinetic energy, that is equal to half m into 0.7 u the whole square, which is converted into potential energy, that's equal to mg into h dash. Okay, then on rearranging, then we can find out what about h dash. H dash is equal to 49. Okay, 49 meter is the rebounding height. Or in another method, we know that initial velocity is u, a rebounding velocity is equal to e into u. Here it's equal to 0.7 u. Initial velocity u, here it's equal to 0.7 u is the rebounding velocity. That is, the coefficient of restitution here E is equal to 0.7. We can find out what about the coefficient of restitution. Now we can apply Hn is equal to H0 into e raised to 2 into n. Equation here. H1 is equal to, okay, H1 equal to H0 into e raised to 2. That's equal to H0. H0 is equal to 100. Initial height is equal to 100 into e square. E square is equal to 0.7. Then 0.7 square is equal to 0.49. Therefore, the answer is 49. Okay, 49 meter is the height after rebound. Okay, this is the simplest way to find out what about the rebounding height. Okay, initial velocity is equal to u, then rebounding velocity is equal to e into u, that is 0.7 u. Then e is equal to 0.7. Okay, our next question. Two bodies approaching each other horizontally on the same straight line with a constant speed of 4 meters per second. Okay, two bodies approaching each other. Okay, before collision, two bodies approaching each other. Okay, M1 and M2, which are moving or approaching each other with the same constant speed, that's equal to 4 meters per second. Okay, this one also moving with the same speed, that's equal to 4 meters per second. U1 and here it's equal to U2. U1 and U2 are their speeds. Okay, then After collision, they move apart on the same straight line with a constant speed of 3 meter per second. Okay, after collision, M1 moves in this direction with a velocity is equal to 3 meter per second, and M2 moves with a velocity is equal to 3 meter per second. Okay, V1, and here it's equal to V2. Okay, the coefficient of restitution is, we want to find out what about the coefficient of restitution. Okay, we know the equation for the coefficient of restitution, E is equal to modulus of V2 minus V1 divided by modulus of U1 minus U2. Okay, modulus of V2 minus V1, velocity of separation divided by velocity of approach. Okay, that's equal to, what about V2 minus V1? V2 minus V1, which is in the, V2 is in the negative direction and V1 is in the positive direction. So we can write minus 3 minus 3. Okay, V2 is equal to 3, but it is in the negative direction, then minus 3 minus 3. Okay, divided by, what about U1 minus U2? U1 is equal to 4 meter per second in the positive direction. U2 is equal to 4 meter per second in the opposite direction, negative direction. So we can write 4 minus minus 4. Okay, when we take the magnitude of this, okay, that's equal to magnitude of minus 6 divided by magnitude of 8. That's equal to 6 divided by 8. That's equal to 3 divided by 4. Okay, the coefficient of restitution is equal to 3 divided by 4. Okay, coefficient of restitution means velocity of separation. It's the ratio of velocity of separation divided by velocity of approach. Okay, our next question. Two bodies of same mass m approaching each other horizontally on the same straight line with the constant speed of u undergo collision of coefficient of restitution 0.5. Okay, coefficient of restitution is given there. Two bodies are having same mass which are approaching each other with a velocity u. Okay, two bodies which are having same mass m1 and m2 which are having same mass, that is equal to m. Okay, two bodies having same mass approaching each other with a velocity u. Okay, approaching each other with a velocity u along a same straight line. Okay, then coefficient of restitution here is, okay, undergo collision. Okay, when they collide each other, the coefficient of restitution is equal to 0.5. Okay, the energy loss in this process is, okay, we want to find out the energy loss. Okay, for this we can use the equation energy loss is equal to half of m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1 minus u2 the whole square into 1 minus e square. This is the equation which is used to find out the energy loss. Okay, that's equal to half into, two bodies are having same mass, therefore m1 into m2 is equal to m square divided by m1 plus m2 is equal to m plus m, that's equal to 2m into u1 minus u2 the whole square, that is u1 is equal to u minus, what about u2? u2 is in the opposite direction, therefore minus u the whole square into 1 minus, okay, 0.5 square. It's equal to m cancel, then 1 by 4. 2 into 2 is equal to 4. 1 by 4 into m into, what about here? U minus minus u, that's equal to 2u. 2u the whole square, that's equal to 4u square into 1 minus 1 by 2 square, that's equal to 1 by 4. Okay, 0.5 is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 square is equal to 1 by 4. Okay, that's 4 get cancelled, then mu square into 1 minus 1 by 4. 1 minus 1 by 4 is equal to 3 by 4. Okay, Then what about the energy loss? Energy loss is equal to 3 by 4 mu square. Okay, just put the values in this equation. Now we got the answer for the energy loss as 3 by 4 mu square. Okay. Next question. A body falls on the ground from a height of 20 meter and rebounds to a height of 10 meter. Okay. A body falls on the ground from a height of, okay, body falls from a height of 20 meter and rebounds to a height of 10 meter. Okay, 10 meter is the rebounding height. Initial height is equal to 20 meter and rebounding height is equal to 10 meter. The loss of energy due to collision with the ground is, we want to find out what about the loss of energy due to collision. Okay, to find out the loss of energy due to collision, first of all we want to find out what about the energy retaining there. How can we find out the energy which retained there? That's equal to final energy, that is mg into this height is taken as h2 and this height is taken as h1. Then mg into h2 divided by mg into h1. Okay, this is the method how we can calculate what about the energy retained there. That's equal to mg get cancelled, then h2 by h1. h2 is equal to 10 divided by 20, that's equal to 1 by 2, it's equal to 0.5. Okay, that is 50% of energy retained there. Then how much energy is lost there? The next part, that is 50% of energy is lost. Okay, then the energy lost due to collision with the ground is, we want to find out that energy loss is equal to 50%. And what about the energy retained there? Energy retained here, it's equal to 50. Okay, this question. A body is projected vertically upward from the ground, rises to a maximum height of 20 meter and falls back to the ground. Okay. After rebounding, process repeats. Okay. If 0.5 is the coefficient of restitution between the body and the ground, the total distance traveled by it before coming to rest is. That's the first question. What about the total distance traveled before coming to rest? Okay, a board that projected vertically upward from the ground to a maximum height of 20 meter. Maximum height of 20 meter, h height. Okay, then falls back to the ground. Okay, then it rebounds. Okay, then it rebounds and this process is repeated. Okay. This process is repeated like this. Okay. We want to find out what about the total distance traveled before coming to rest. Okay. To find out that distance before coming to rest, the general equation for that is equal to 2h divided by, h is the initial height, then 2h divided by 1 minus e square. Okay. The total distance traveled is equal to 2h divided by 1 minus e square. That's equal to 2 into h. h is equal to 20 meter, that is given here, divided by 1 minus e square. E square is equal to 0.5, then 1 by 2. 0.5 is equal to 1 by 2, then e square is equal to 1 by 4. Okay, that's equal to 2 into 20, that's equal to 40. 40 divided by 3 by 4. Okay, that's equal to 160. 160 divided by 3. Okay, total distance traveled S is equal to 160 divided by 3. That is approximately equal to 53.3. Okay, this much is the distance traveled before coming to rest. Okay, this equation is very important. 2h divided by 1 minus e square. That's the equation to find out the total distance if the question is asked in this manner. Okay. Now second question, if 2 seconds is the time. Okay, 2 seconds is the time of the first fall. Okay. time of the first fall, then total time of flight is equal to, we want to find out what about the total time of flight. Okay, total time of flight, T total equal to 2 into T divided by 1 minus E. Okay, 2T divided by 1 minus E is the equation which is used to find out the total time of flight. Then first case, what about T? T is equal to 2 seconds. 2 seconds is the time of first fall. Okay, then total time is equal to 2 into 2 divided by 1 minus E is equal to 0.5, that is equal to 1 by 2. Then 2 into 2 is equal to 4. 4 divided by 1 by 2, that's equal to 8. 8 seconds is the total time. Okay. Time taken for the first fall is equal to 2 seconds. Then total time of flight is equal to 8 seconds. Okay. Next question. An elastic ball is dropped from a height of 80 meter and it rebounds many times on the floor. If the coefficient of restitution is 0.5, coefficient of restitution is given, and also the height from which the ball is dropped is also given. Okay. The time interval between the second and third impact is, we want to find out the time interval between second and third impact. Okay. Here we know that time T1 is equal to root of 2h divided by g. That's equal to root of 2 into 80 divided by g. G is taken as 10. Okay, then 10. 0, 0 get cancelled. Then root 16. Root of 16 is equal to 4. Okay. 4 seconds is the time. Root 16 equal to 4. That's 4 seconds is the time taken by the ball to reach to the ground. Okay. Now, what about the time interval between second and third impact? That is T2. T2 minus T1. T2 minus T3. Okay, we want to find out what about the time interval between second and the third impact. Okay. For the second impact T2, that can be written as 2E into T1. And for the third impact, time T is equal to minus 2E square into T1. For the second impact, time taken T2 is equal to 2E into T1. And for the third impact, time is equal to 2E square into T1. From here, we can take 2E into T1 outside. Then it's equal to 1 into 1 minus E. Okay. 2E into T1 into 1 minus E. Okay. 2 into coefficient of restitution, here it's equal to 0.5. 0.5 is equal to 1 by 2. Into T1. T1 is equal to 4 seconds into 1 minus 1 by 2. That's equal to 2 get cancelled. 4 into 1 minus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. Then 4 into 1 by 2, that's equal to 2. 2 seconds. 2 seconds is the time interval between second and third impact. Okay.